Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a high-level best of 2 between ByuN and Prince. This is indeed from the latest WTL match between the Shopify Rebellion and Team GP. In this match we have a PvT between a Korean PROTOSS player who is maybe not that well known, but what he is known for is kind of cool. He's known for, I think, cheesing out Maru a couple of times, taking a map against Maru in the GSL as well with a sick 6-gate charge lot all in. He's not known for taking a third base. He likes to stay on 1 or 2 bases, win the game from there, especially against Terran. So I'm interested to see how he's going to be performing this time around against ByuN, who is starting up with a cheeky 1-base opener himself here. Double gas coming out of ByuN, while Prince opts for a relatively fast Zealot, but still a Nexus as well coming in here. So a slightly different opener. It's going to spot the barracks being at home with the probe right now. I wonder if that will kind of urge him to cancel that Zealot. I'd say maybe you want to cancel that Zealot. Prince says maybe I don't. What's it to you, Harstem? And he decides to let it finish, actually. That's an interesting call. Might want to use that Zealot to kind of run around the map and start attacking a command center the moment it gets built. ByuN is one of the players that likes to keep the command center on the high ground, so maybe against ByuN not the greatest thing to keep the Zealot alive. Alright, Reaper actually saw that Zealot, but decided to ignore it. That's an interesting little thing there. Saying, okay, that Zealot is cool and all, but what about your own mineral line? And he's just gonna pop in, scout the amount of gas that is being mined currently, see that there's an Adept, and now return back home with that Reaper. Second Reaper is on the way already, third Reaper is on the way. This is like a Terran versus Terran type of build order. Look at that. That's kind of crazy, actually. Triple Reaper from a single barracks. It's going to most likely be double Hellion as well. Zealot gets to return back home for, well, basically for free, as a Stargate gets constructed for Prince. But this is an extremely late Stargate. This Stargate started like 2:45. That is extremely late. Usually Stargates go down at 2:22. If that Stargate was the morning after pill, right now Prince would be pregnant. Because that was definitely not in time. Going to be double Hellion, triple Reaper. We have a single Zealot and a couple of Adepts there. 2 of these Adepts are being blocked by the cameras that we get in the WTL. Hate to see it and love to see it at the same time. Triple Reaper will jump down again. We'll need to regain a little bit of health and perhaps go in to kill some units a little bit later on. What ByuN's follow-up is going to be here. Seems to be getting a second tech lab as he moves into this area. There's no battery here, so I saw a battery earlier in the production tab. That must have been for the main base then. I guess for any type of Reaper round buys. I mean, this wasn't a very successful attack for ByuN. Prince is going to be fairly okay with this as a start. Raven as a follow-up. 1 Cyclone is out. I've seen ByuN do this a lot, getting a Raven against heavy Phoenix openers, against Phoenix Colossus as well. And I've mentioned this before as well. If you keep the Raven alive while your opponent plays Phoenix Colossus, you can often just straight up win the game by moving out with a Raven and a bunch of bio. What is that? That was a very bad move. That's what it was. Anyway, if you keep the Raven alive, you can often just win the game if you manage to interference matrix the 1 Colossus that is there. However, 9 out of 10 times, you'll see the Raven just straight up die against the Phoenixes. It's so easy to kill a Raven. It doesn't have the same movement speed as the rest of the army. It dies insanely quick against Phoenixes because of its armor types and the attack type of the Phoenix as well. So it's just a... I was going to say it's a glass cannon, but it doesn't even shoot. So it's like a glass arch structure that can do like one thing every, well, 75 energy or so. Or if you want auto turrets, every 50 energy. You need a lot of energy for it to be useful. And ByuN most likely waiting for that right now. Is adding a lot of Marines into this army composition as well. 3 Marines being produced at a time. Stim on the way, +1 on the way. We have an Immortal coming out first here for Prince. Does he already have a Robo Bay? I thought I saw a Robo Bay already. I'm surprised we're not seeing a Colossus yet. This is really late in the game to not have a Colossus started. Feels like Prince is kind of delayed with all of his stack. Okay, just now a Robo Bay. Oh, he's mad. By the time that the Robo Bay finishes, combat and stim are going to be like 85% done. The first 2 medevacs will probably be out already. Because the reactor, yeah. The reactor just finished on the starport. This is going to be a really difficult push to hold for Prince. I'm not even sure if he can hold, honestly. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like this... I said that if the Raven gets to walk across the map, it's often game over. That's actually going to be the case here if Prince isn't careful. Ooh, Jesus. The Raven's not... Yeah, that's the problem with the Raven often. There's one of these units who just flies forward. Phoenixes do move in. There's a turret there. There's one... What was that? Was that a Reaper or Marine or something? Something got taken out there. The Marines make their loud noises again. Cyclones lock onto the Phoenixes. If there's a turret here, nah, not far enough back to take out these Phoenixes. One Phoenix has gone down, a couple of Marines gone down. This is the first Colossi, mind you. The first Colossi that is being constructed currently. And there is a Raven out. I believe a double interference matrix. If this Raven makes its way across the map, this game is just going to straight up end. Raven is in a very risky position once again. ByuN not controlling it all too well. Now even lagging behind the rest of the army. If I'm seeing that correctly on the minimap. Yes, it is. Here we go. ByuN moving in. 52 army supply against 40. He's down in workers. Phoenix is looking for a kill. Will not quite get it. Double Immortals are in position. First Colossus is just now about to pop out, I think. There we go. It is here. Phoenix is moving in as well at the same time. Double auto turrets and the interference matrix going down all at the same time. Super battery gets activated. Mines burrowing. Ooh, that mine actually dealt quite a bit of damage to his own Marines. ByuN on 93 supply against 88. 50 workers against 60. A little bit more damage needs to be done here for this to be worth it for ByuN. Yes, the sentries went down. Yes, a couple of batteries went down, but... every single Immortal, every single Colossus stayed alive. One medevac has fallen. Raven completely out of energy. And we see Prince immediately starting up a gateway on the other side of the map. Opting for a bit of a counterattack here. That is somewhat interesting. And I'm not quite sure if ByuN can actually defend this. Now do note that Prince does not have a forge for upgrades. So this is going to be an army that will be using, well, practically kitchen equipment to try and win the fight, while his opponent is using proper guns, bazookas and RPGs. Usually not a scenario that you want to be in if you're the guy with the kitchen equipment. The actual quality of the units, though, is relatively high for Prince. One problem still being that Raven is alive, and if another interference matrix comes in, that can also be used defensively, of course. Phoenix count has dropped significantly, only at 2 currently, I believe. You're on 2 Colossi. It's at 2-2-2. 2 Phoenixes, 2 Immortals, 2 Colossus. And ByuN wants to keep some type of map control here on the map. Double mines with an armory finished means that they could burrow here and not be spotted. Well, good fight for Prince, who's floating a fair chunk of money as well. 1-1 has finished up for ByuN. Another mine will not quite burrow in time here. Raven has 1 interference matrix available. Phoenix is trying to dive on it. Observer not quite paying attention. Okay, there we go. Raven gets to stay alive as the Phoenix dies. 1 interference matrix gets scared. The last dying wish of the Raven there was to interference matrix that 1 Colossus to help his brothers out. And these Marauders and Marines actually having a pretty decent fight. One Immortal goes down, second Immortal goes down, as if he's tanking a lot of damage as well. And I actually think that ByuN is going to end up winning this fight here, with Prince not having anything left. No upgrades. Yes, 9 gateways, but no high quality units. This most likely is just going to be it. There already is an armory, which means that 2-2 or at least +2 attack can start immediately. Ghost Academy is inevitable as well. These mines have the invisibility because of the armory, and there's plenty of medevacs around. There's 2 Vikings on the ground, so any type of Colossi will already preemptively be countered by at least some Vikings. Good production as well here for ByuN, who is on, I believe, 5 barracks, double eBay. I mean, there's going to be a Fort CC within the next minute and a half, and I don't think Prince... Oh, he's going to throw down a Nexus, but that's absolutely impossible. There is no way he's going to hold anything while building a Nexus at the same time. Battery should have been the priority here, but they weren't. This is just pure gateway units against pure bio. That never really ends well for the gateway units, especially if the bio is this well upgraded. Vikings end up landing here. I think 1 Colossus just popped out, but there's so many Marauders. GG gets called as ByuN wins game number 1 in the best of 2. That brings us to the most important thing here, as we see what type of tier the players are. According to the Chinese WTL people, Prince is a C tier with 63 total score. We see pretty powerful in the micro. Wait, is he the purple one or not? I never know which one's the purple one. I guess he's the purple one. So strategy is very high. ByuN very high on the micro as a B tier player. Good in defense, good in offense, good in macro, but a weak mindset according to WTL. You hate to see it. Only B tier for ByuN. In my mind, ByuN's always A tier player, winning so many EPT Open Cups. Like his skill level is insane. Getting top 10 in the GSL. Like what do you need to reach in order to be considered A tier? How many players are in the A tier and how many are in the S tier? I'd say Dark, Maru, Serral, Raynor, probably S tier players, right? And you have 4 there. I mean, who else would be A tier? Who would... I don't quite see who would be much better than ByuN at this point, but maybe I'm completely off. Maybe I'm the idiot here. Completely possible. Second game, so we have Prince opting for a very quick scout. This is something we see often out of players like Hero, preventing potential proxy rexes. Ooh! Okay, this is not going to be... Well, this also will prevent potential proxy rexes. But this also prevents something else. This prevents you from having too many buildings at the ramp. This is a cannon rush. Now, I'm actually fairly familiar with cannon rushes against Terran, because I've practiced this a lot. Not on this specific map, so I'm not super familiar on this map, but there's a really clean response for Terrans, which should almost always work. And that is pooling 7-8 workers, full walling with a second depot the moment you see the cannon being produced. Oh, he's waiting long with that first cannon. Wait, what is he waiting for, actually? Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Pylon high ground. Depot wall immediately here. You pull 6 SCVs. You don't need more than that. Okay, this was perfect. Good start. No, you don't need to pull more workers. Just need the full wall. Just need the full wall. Oh, Prince is going to get the pylon wall, preventing the full wall. That is very important. The high ground pylon is nice to take out as well. And you can just build a bunker on the high ground immediately as well. So that any future probes that go up there will not be capable of getting up there. 2 pylons finishing up. Not quite sure why ByuN is mining so little currently with these SCVs. Lost a lot of mining time. I mean, there's no gateway up yet. One cannon can be produced, perhaps. Ideally, a new depot should already be building here. Not sure if we have a... Oh! One of the Marines actually ends up going down there. Very sloppy play. One Marine being queued up here, despite there not being any supply. Another big mistake. Supply depot should be built. Either that or a factory, or even an orbital command. But this has been a very poor response, I want to say, actually. This has been an okay response, if you think about it. If you think about it as like the initial response. The SCV pool, slightly too many SCVs. But afterwards, losing that one Marine was painful. Then getting supply blocked for this long. Also just losing that much mining time was not that great. I still believe that ByuN is in a fairly playable position, but he doesn't actually have that much money. Oh, he already has an orbital command. That is kind of useful. That actually is pretty good. Sometimes Terran players skip the orbital command for a faster factory. But I thought that he didn't build a factory and didn't have an orbital. That would have been really bad, actually. Having the orbital here helps massively when it comes to the income. CC should be built quickly as well. I'm surprised none of these other 2 Marines is actually doing anything. I'm not quite sure what they're currently defending. Yeah, there we go. It's not like cannons can be built anymore. Like that's a thing of the past right now, that's for sure. CC will be constructed here. Wait, second barracks? Wait, why did he build a second barracks? Was that blind? Was he planning on playing like 2 Rex Reaper maybe? I wasn't quite paying attention to what ByuN was doing. That's a really bad build order beat for ByuN if that was the case. If his response was to throw down a second barracks, that also was just a really poor response. Because often in this scenario, the issue isn't really production. The issue is supply depots and tech. And just having the money for a fast second command center. Looking at this scenario, looking at this, how this plays out, ByuN looks a little bit upset as well on the camera, and I kind of feel him here. I don't think this looks very good. Actually, I think this looks pretty bad for ByuN. By the time the second CC finishes and the orbital is done, Prince is going to be up 9, maybe 10 workers. The tech for ByuN isn't built in a way that he can very, very easily deal some real damage with like a mine drop. Like this is going to be a straight up attack if he gets to attack. I mean, this is still a powerful, potentially a powerful attack. One Stalker's going to try to kite this a little bit. If there's no battery in the natural, this might have some potential. Here comes the Cyclone. Second Stalker also out right now. ByuN can be a little bit ballsy with this Cyclone, that's for sure. Okay, battery is out. It should be capable of holding this. Super battery gets activated. Immediate pullback out of ByuN should happen here. 5 Marines went down. 1 more Marine is going to get sacrificed to the PROTOSS God. Take this, Zeratul. I really like the noise that the Marines make in the... I'm not sure if it's the Chinese or the Korean client that has these funky noises. But I like it very much. It sounds very funny. Yeah, by the time that orbital finishes, it's going to be 10 workers up here for Prince. Already up to 3 gate, blink, 20, maybe 15% done or so. This is just a really good situation for our South Korean PROTOSS player playing for Team GP. eBay on the way for ByuN at an odd position at the ramp. I guess he wants to create a bit of a wall in case it's a Glaive Adept follow-up. Something that Prince has played in the past as well, by the way. So I kind of feel that. I dig it. Has there been stim research? I haven't seen it. I don't think there is stim. But sometimes you just don't look at the production tab for 2 minutes. And you don't know if there's stim or not. Double Cyclones. Locking onto the same Stalker there. Will not really get anything done. This is an interesting attack out of ByuN, really is. Really, really is. He's going to kind of set up shop over here for a longer time. Use the Cyclones to force these Stalkers into attacking into this, I guess. Is that the plan? But you really need to start moving those Cyclones around then. Second tank is out already as well. Okay, here we go. 1 Stalker falls. Poof. Another tank shot? No, not yet. 40 workers against 47. 2 more batteries on the way. +1 attack. Blink finishing up. A cool move that Prince could go for here is actually going around with some of these Stalkers. So grab 5 Stalkers and just blink to the left side. I mean, defensively you're going to be okay with the batteries. You might lose a gateway and like a couple of pros. That's not the end of the world. But then you can cut off the reinforcements at least, which is a huge deal. ByuN actually setting up shop in a way where it feels like Prince can't do much anymore. If ByuN gets to stay here until +1 stim and combat finish, that could be really bad. I'd love to see 1 or 2 bunkers being added in as well. That would be huge actually. ByuN does have a certain sense of urgency. Okay, here we come with the blink around out of the 5 Stalkers. Bumpy-dumpy-dum. Taking out reinforcements is really important. So right now that feeling of urgency should really increase here for ByuN, because his army won't grow anymore. This is not that great of a fight for Prince though, is it? Stim could be used here. Does get used. +1 is not available yet. Lots of Stalkers will end up falling. 52 workers against 47 in favor of ByuN. But ByuN is going to lose a lot of these units right now. And that might set up a bit of a counterattack, because behind all of this, the one thing that Prince has been doing is getting pretty decent infrastructure. Is there a third base already for ByuN is the question that I have right now. I can't quite see it on the minimap. I don't think there is. And then having 52 workers is relatively useless. There are 5 barracks. Oh no, there is a 3rd CC already. Okay. Oh, no wait, that's on the way. That's being constructed right now. Ooh, that needs to get cancelled. Okay, gets cancelled immediately. This counterattack could actually be dangerous. Medevacs aren't out yet. Do we have a bunker? Yeah, we do have a bunker. Okay, that's good. 3 Marauders, 4 Marines. Reactor gets taken out from the low ground. Honestly, this game feels pretty even, but it feels like Prince is in the comfort zone right now. He's on the other side of the map. He's not defending anymore. He's warping in Zealots, which is something that he probably likes to do, but he has it all tied to rapid fire as well. He's feeling like the guy in this game. You know, the man. He really does feel like the man. 2 turrets being constructed, 2 mines being constructed. Ghost Academy. Once Ghost Academy finishes, this game can really change. Prince taking a 4th base as well. ByuN is planning on moving out. It's kind of a ballsy move, no? Concussive Shell not here yet. Prism hitting the main base at the same time. I think ByuN kind of overstepping here for a second. 13 workers going down. Get the stim, and oi, 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 ByuN in trouble. Losing 16 workers there is really going to end up sucking for him. Zealots in the main base might get cleaned up for free though. That's one of those things. That's not free. Gonna lose a couple more workers here in the natural for that. GG gets called. ByuN gives up. Prince takes a map. That means that this best of 2 is going to end with a 1-1. Do we get a ceremony out of Prince? Come on, do something funny. No, nothing there. Unbelievable. It is what it is. Wow. 2-2 in the clan war currently, and that's all you guys are gonna see. That's life as well. Sometimes you get everything, sometimes you just get 2 games with a cool cannon rush. Well, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye bye. Yeah, I could turn on the light as well.